Hi, everybody. I am Mrs. Custis, and this is our open house. I am recording this so you can watch this at a later date at your convenience. This is a picture of me and my contact information, which is mccustis at henrico.k12.va.us. Oops, let me go back. This is our principal, Mrs. Rebecca Roper, and her contact information is down below should you need it. Next is our associate principal, Mrs. Natalie Randolph. Our two secretaries, Mrs. Jenny Dybert and Mrs. Michelle Utterback. Then we have our new school nurse this year, who is Miss Carissa Brown. Our school counselor, who you all should know, Miss Erin Reddick. She will be doing lessons every other week with our students in fourth grade. Also, if you need Mrs. Reddick at any time, you can contact her. All right, we have a school psychologist named Miss Akia Brown. She is new to Ridge. Our school social worker is Mrs. Autumn Schrock. Our speech pathologist is also new to Ridge. Her name is Miss Abby Lovelace. Our family advocate, who should be no stranger to most of you, is Mrs. Tony Powell. And these are our coaches. We have two reading coaches at Ridge. The first one is Miss Holly Cole. She does work closely with fourth grade and does lessons with our fourth graders. Mrs. Lauren Craigle should have worked with your students in third grade last year. And then we have our innovative learning coach, sometimes called an ILC, and that's Mrs. Hamira Rowanak, and she used to teach second grade at Ridge. She'll help the students and the teachers with technology lessons. All right, these are our LAMP teachers. LAMP is just a new name for our resource or specials. So our art teacher this year is new. Her name is Miss Jill Alcan. And one day a week we'll have another art teacher named Miss Kathleen O'Connor. Our librarian is the same as usual, Miss Nancy Essett. And one day a week we'll have Miss Melanie Parker. For music, we have Miss Audrey Christensen. And one day a week we will have Miss Kristen Beasley. And then our PE teacher will be Mr. Steve Chapman. And one day a week, we will have Miss Julianne Sponsler. In fourth grade, we should have all of the teachers listed across the top of the screen, but the teachers on the bottom portion of the screen may be used for other grade levels. All right, our LEAP teachers, and LEAP is just for students that are learning English. We have Miss Patricia Mejia, and she will work with our fourth grade students that are still acquiring English. And she'll work with kids on reading and writing and things like that. Also at Ridge, we have Miss Milena Mitrovic and Miss Ann Pruden, who work with other grade levels. All right, our exceptional ed team is Mr. Robert Cherry, Miss Barbara Stewart, and Miss Michelle Trice. Miss Trice works most closely with fourth grade. Virtual learning. So this year, obviously, school is going to look a little different. We're going to be doing it from our houses or apartments. And one good thing to know is that it will begin at 8 a.m. every day. So probably around maybe 7:55, your student should be trying to log into their computer into Schoology, and there will be a link in Schoology that they just click on to join our class meeting. And we'll be doing the same thing every single morning. And I will give you some more information on that later. It will include some live teaching, which we call synchronous teaching, and it'll also have some independent work, which is asynchronous teaching. So it'll be a combination of both. All right, we at Ridge do PBIS for our behavior system, and we're still going to have behavior expectations, and they're the same three things that we've been working on for the last few years, which is to be safe, be responsible, and be respectful. But instead of doing those things in the school building, we're going to be learning how to be safe, responsible, and respectful at home and on our computer during our virtual learning. All right, so these are some tips for how you can help your child at home. One way would be to designate a learning space. So whether it be a dining room table, a kitchen table, a desk, or a small space in the corner of a room, you need a learning space that is going to be quiet. Creating a schedule. So it could be that we know maybe you have to pack lunch in the morning and have it ready for lunchtime. That you have a set bedtime so that you can get up in time for learning. So it's some type of schedule. Limiting distractions, so not a lot of toys around the learning space. Trying to be in a room that doesn't have a lot of other people in it would be helpful as well. Another thing would be to check in with your child, but don't sit with them the whole time. They need to be able to work independently like they would at school. But in case they do have a problem or need some assistance, just checking in with them and asking them if they're okay periodically. Communicating with the teacher. I'm going to do a lot with email and remind. You also can send me a Schoology message too. So those would be ways to communicate. And then exercising your brain is a really good thing. If you're sitting all day long, having the kids get up and stretch, getting outside to play a little bit. Also, it says don't be a helicopter. And that just means not to hover around your student the entire time they're working. And the last thing on here says take care of yourself. So students need to take care of themselves, and so do the parents. All right. Next, these are going to be some examples of learning spaces. So I'm just going to click on the slide for that. And we can see the first picture has a desk in the corner, doesn't have a whole lot of extra things around it to be a distraction. In the second picture, we have someone working at a kitchen table or a dining room table. A good thing there is a little basket that has some different type of writing supplies like markers, colored pencils, things like that. The next picture has a desk space in the corner of a room. It doesn't take up a lot of space, and it looks like it has a lamp. It even has a little cork board that could be helpful. You may want scissors or a clipboard to be handy. On the bottom row, we have a very small desk space, but that can still work as long as there's just a space for a computer to sit on. And then lastly, we have another desk space. I would say sitting on a bed or on a floor might not be the best idea. So if a student could sit in a chair, that's probably a great idea because then their body is sitting upright. They're not acting like they're ready for bed. All right. This page talks about Schoology, and our meeting link is going to be located in Schoology. I will put another link that I send home to you guys showing you how to get onto Schoology. We will be using Microsoft Teams. You do not have to have the link installed. The students just go into Schoology and they're going to click on our link, and that'll get them right to our class meeting. All right, at the bottom, there is a Henrico student site, and it's called HCPS 2020-21 Mission Forward. You can get to that from the Henrico County page, and that's going to have tips and things that your students might need. All right, to communicate with me, I said this earlier, but mccustis at henrico.k12.va.us is the best email address for me. I will return your email within 24 hours, but most likely it'll be sooner than that. Also, I sent you all a link to our Remind app for our class, which is called Miss Custis's Class 2021. If you have not accepted that or don't have the app downloaded on your phone, that might be a good idea. Lastly, your student or you can Schoology message me right from their Schoology page. I believe the email will come looking like it's from the child, but if you're a parent and need to send me a message that way, that works as well. All right, PTA. The PTA is going to support students, classrooms, and teachers. They do have a website that you can be looking at. Their Facebook page is called Ridge Elementary PTA. So if you're on Facebook, you can like that. And there are monthly meetings that you can be joining. All right, upcoming school events. Next week, September 10th, which I believe is a Thursday, will be our back to school night. It is earlier than usual, and that's to give us, a couple days of virtual learning. And then if you guys have questions or things that aren't working or, any information or tips that I can share, we'll do it at that time. All right. Questions. Obviously, this is a video recording, so you can't ask me questions. But if you do have any questions, please contact me. You can email me with them. And I look forward to meeting everybody. Have a good day.